How to merge and sell multiple businesses in one deal without even having to own them. A new breed of entrepreneur figures out how to merge and sell multiple businesses in one deal without even having to own them, while taking a risk-free 7-figure commission in the process. The only question is, how can you do the same? A merger technique called virtual mergers, coined by serial entrepreneur Jeremy Harber, allows anyone with a bit of free time to structure a 7-figure risk-free deal. So how do virtual mergers work? The beauty of virtual mergers lies in their arbitrage between the private sale value of a business and the publicly listed value of a stock. To make the comparison easy, let's talk about a business valuation model called price-earnings ratio, or PE ratio for short. How does PE work? PE works simply by taking the profit of a business and multiplying it by a number. A multiple of 5 for a company with £100,000 in profit would mean the business is worth £500,000. So what multiple is a normal company worth? Most private companies, not listed on the stock market, sell for a multiple of between 3 to 5 times profit. Listed companies are typically valued at around 15 to 20 times profit. Can you see the benefit of a listed company buying a private company? Yes, that is right. If it only has to pay 5 times the profit to acquire it, but is worth 15 times more in return, that is very easy money for the shareholders. Why don't the listed companies just buy up everything? Well, they already do. It's exactly how all large companies grow. They are pretty good at doing it, except they typically won't look at anything less than 10 million in turnover. Why? Because of the high due diligence costs involved. How can we exploit this fact? This is where virtual mergers comes in. As you are probably aware, there are a lot of companies with perhaps 1 or 2 million in revenue. What happens if you stick 5 or 10 of these together? Yes, you guessed it, you now have something these larger companies want to buy from you. Is merging the companies messy and complicated? Yes, it is. This is why Jeremy's virtual merger strategy is basically only a merger on paper. Using consolidated accounting principles, a cheap SPV, and a simple contract template, you have everything you need to set up a deal. You simply have to get your client companies, the ones who want to be sold, to agree to sell if you find a buyer, hence the contract. You now have a 10 million revenue company on paper that you can go out and sell. If you are feeling more ambitious, you could also do an IPO and list the group of companies on the stock market yourself. This still leaves a lot of questions to be answered, like how to find a buyer for your newly created virtual merger, how to find and convince the client companies to work with you, how to list a company on the stock market, how to structure the deals so you get a 7-figure payoff, and of course many more. Luckily for you, Jeremy Harber has agreed to share a free video case study that explains the virtual merger strategy in more detail. Who is Jeremy? Jeremy has experience from buying and selling over 50 small to medium-sized businesses in the past 20 years. He has featured in the Times, Telegraph and Financial Times newspapers. He also teaches about mergers and acquisitions in his Harber Club workshop classes, which have been running since 2009. To get the free video on how to structure a virtual merger deal, email John at john@harborclubevents.com and mention this video in the email.